Um, yep. Well, I mean, like, this stream is, I guess we are gonna have Snowman versus Kuro or Applejack. Hello everyone. I'm busy. Um, I'm gonna be your commentator for today. Um, yeah, and we are waiting for Snowman and Kuro's match to start. And it started. Okay, so we have Snowman on the right, Kuro on the left, and no warm-up match. Kuro with a surge of 10. Snowman with a surge of 11. Kuro seems to misdrop, breaks their surge, and now is faced with a huge spike from Snowman. But Kuro lived this spike, which very impressive. Holy moly, Kuro's going for pieces per second. And Kuro breaks surge. Snowman is at the top of their board, but still going strong. Both players are very clean, and Snowman takes the first point. We have Snowman doing MS2, Kuro doing who knows what I did not see, and since Kuro is doing so fast, I was not able to catch a glimpse of it. Snowman looks like he's in a bit of trouble here. Hopefully he'll get out. And he is not able to, and Kuro gets her first point. Both players, Snowman does reliable, Kuro doing LST with a very nice LST stack, and I say that, actually no, they fixed it up really nicely, wow. And Kuro with a cut copy and a massive surge that they are just building up and sending to a 34 spike. And Snowman now at the top of the board, will they be able to survive? And they aren't. Snowman doing SCP spin, Kuro. And now we have a stalling game. Snowman sending Kuro a load of garbage, but Kuro just managed to counter spike it. Kuro skimming to get out of a predicament, and they might be in trouble. They are. Snowman takes another point, putting us back at a tie. Snowman SDBC Kuro with KI and now into LST. Snowman breaks surge. Kuro at a surge of 8. Breaks for 28 spike, and that will kill Snowman. Snowman doing SCBC. Kuro doing LSD. Kuro has a very nice LSD. Snowman breaks Surge. Kuro also breaks Surge, and Snowman, oh, that they did not find the down stack. Both players doing SCBC spins. Oh, but mirrored. We do have a bit of a stalling game here, but not for long. And Snowman breaks for a 18 spike into an STSD. Kuro still going strong. Kuro now with quite a bit of cheese. Snowman sets up a prophecy. Kuro playing at 4 PPS. Okay. Snowman breaks Surge. Kuro setting up a prophecy and releases Surge into a 23 spike. Now sending their cheese back to Snowman. Snowman setting up quite a few prophecies here. Snowman with a Surge of 5. Kuro building up Surge yet again. Sent a 29 spike to Snowman. Snowman looks like they're in a bit of trouble. Will they be able to get out? And it looks like they will be, but if Kuro keeps up the pressure, Snowman might not be able to, and Kuro does. Kuro's now pulling ahead. Snowman doing MS2, Kuro doing a TSP opener. Snowman in a bit of trouble there and wasn't quite able to pull off the opener. Now we have a reliable from Snowman and Kuro with the SCBC spin. Kuro with a Surge of 8. With a dodo and releases Surge. Snowman misdrops, oh that's not good. And Kuro takes yet another point. We have Reliable versus TKI or LSD on Kuro's side, and actually Kuro had to mess that up, but I think they recovered it pretty cleanly, and yeah. We did have a misdrop on Kuro's side, but they did talk about Snowman before it had any impact, and both players are doing STBC spin. Doing the same continuation except that is me. Oh! And we have a Surge break on Snowman's side. And Kuro sending a 23 spike. And Snowman wasn't able to get down. We have TKI on Kuro's side and MS2 into PC on Snowman's side. Now they're now doing SCBC spin. Wow. And Snowman sending quite a bit of cheese on Kuro's side. Kuro managing to get access to their well. Snowman's going to be in a bit of trouble now. Their board state definitely isn't optimal. Oh, and Kuro is now at match point. MS2 on Snowman's side. Kuro with, I don't know what opener that is. It might be SDBC misdrop opener. Snowman trying to get down right now. Kuro breaks their Surge. With a misdrop or a misplace there, I don't know. Or, actually, I mean mishold, but yeah. Snowman with a don't know. Building upstairs, has a Surge of 7, breaks it. Kuro with a surge of 9, a surge of 10, and Snowman is just overwhelmed by the pressure. That's how strong our seed 1 is. Y'all. Amazing. Okay, let's see. Who's our next match? Okay, our next match is between Master 101 and Batches, or Road to H-Wing. Currently waiting on Master 101. How are y'all doing today? While we are waiting on Master 101, y'all should drink water. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, and the warmer match between Batches and Master 101 is starting. We have Master 101 on the right, Batches on the left, and Batches is forced to break Surge from their opener early, unfortunately. And Batches looks like they're in a little bit of trouble here. Master 101 is building up Surge. Meanwhile, Batches sees the giant -16 on their board. And Master 101 just building up Surge, not stopping. And releases for a 31 spike. Holy moly. And Batches somehow survived that. I have no idea how they did that. Probably from board watching. Very impressive. Oh! Oh! Was I the only one that saw that? Like, Master 101's board just filled up with pieces. That's pretty... Oh, okay. Oh well, oh well. Okay, Master 101 with a TSD opener, Batches with a 6 spin, I believe. And Batches with a 38 spike right off the bat. Master 101 manages to survive. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Batches misdrops a T-spin, but manages to turn it into a TST. Yeah, Batches was very high up on their board and was not able to find the down stack. Batches doing stick spin. Master 101 with a TST opener that they're trying to turn into LST. I don't know. I don't think it probably would have worked though, because they had to race T. Oh, Master 101 with a very nice counter for their and Batches. They see the surge that Master 101 is currently building up. And Master 101 breaks it. Batches survives yet again, just as we saw in the warm-up match. That was pretty phenomenal. And Master 101, the 31 spike, and Batches still survives. I think that might be something they're good at. And a misdrop on Batches' side. Managed to recover it very nicely. Master 101 with a huge well that they have and a very nice 3-6 stack. Managed to get out of that and into the 7-2. Now Batches is the one with the huge spike and they sent Master 101 a 25 spike, but it looks like it didn't affect Master 101 very much. And Master 101 just taking the time that Batches had to downstack some pressure that they sent to. Then Master 101 used that time to build up some surge, but the pressure from Batches immediately made them break it. Batches now at a surge of 6. Master 101 with a TST and a huge surge. Out, just broke it. Never mind. Both players are kind of at a stalemate here. They're both pretty low on their boards and just building up surge. Batches just put multiple eyepieces on the left. Surely it was just something. I don't know what they were doing. But Master 101 just sent a 22 spike, and that's gonna give Master 101 another point. Both players doing TKI. Both players have a really big well. Oh, that was a nice cut copy on Batches' side. That was really cool, actually. And Master 101 looks like they might be in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, I think they are. And that gives Batches their first point. Master 101 with a huge well here. And Batches with a 48 spike! Oh my gosh! Wow. Wow, that was insane. Master 101 with LST, Batches with what I think was stick spin. Oh, and we do have a stalling game here. And Master 101 the first to break the stalemate. Batches with a surge of 11. And Master 101 is a huge negative 13 on their board this time. And Batches releases it to a 22 spike. Master 101 might be in trouble. Oh. And they are, and now Batches is pulling ahead. That is doing 16. Master 101 with Cheeky Eye. Oh, and a misdrop from Master 101. And that gives Batches yet another point. Both players doing SCBC now. I think Master 101 with extended, Batches with stick spin, and I'm not going to question it, okay? Yeah. Both players are building up Surge. Now, Master 101 breaks Surge, Batches still maintaining it and releases for a 19 spike. Master 101 at the top of their board manages to escape. Will Batches be able to pressure them? Master 101 trying to stack for desperate T-spins, but it's no use. Both players with the SCBC base. I think Master 101 is doing extended, or never mind. Batches with the greedy T-spin triple towers? Oh, okay. Batches with SDPC spin, or not SDPC spin, chip spin, and Master 101 with LC. I think we do have some stalling going on here. Oh, and Master 101 accidentally broke their surge. Lived Batches' spike though. Batches with a nice Imperial Cross into whatever that was. Batches, what are you doing? I don't know what Batches was doing there, but I'm just a U-ring, so I'm not gonna question it. Batches with PCO upstack, Master 101 with a TSD opener. Oh, and Batches releases their surge into a 23 spike. Near the top of their board though, so we'll see if they survive, and it looks like they might. We'll see if Master 101 can continue pressuring them, and actually Master 101 took this time to build up surge, but there wasn't a good continuation, so oh, and a misdrop for Master 101. And a misdrop from Batches as well. And into a 25 spike. Wow. That's Master 101 with yet another misdrop. Oh. Oh no. They do manage to recover, but Batches is building up surge. Batches with an SDSD. Master 101 just trying to get down here, and Batches releases the surge, but Master 101 survives. Master 101 with a dono, and Batches now is at the top of their board. Will Master 101 be able to pressure them? Batches with the 20 spike, Master 101 not looking good. And Batches takes another point. Batches with PCO questionable, all spinning. I mean, if it works, I guess. And the rapid all spins from Batches give them a surge of 11. Wow. But, I mean, Master 101 just released their surge, so I mean, it really didn't do anything. I don't know. But that was impressive. I think the only person, like, I've seen do something like that has been Tiki, which, wow, very cool. Oh, and a misdrop from Batches. Master 101 still building up Surge and breaks it and tops out Batches, putting them at tie again. Batches with 6 spin, Master 101 with a TV opener that they misjudged. Oh no! Will Batches be able to send them enough pressure? And they are. Oh, and a misdrop from Batches right off the bat. Oh. And Master 101 still building up Surge. Batches managed to recover the misdrop, but Master 101 really? Their Surge. Batches with a 24 spike, Master 101 with a big well and some C's underneath. Batches now with a surge of 10. Master 101 seeing the huge negative 12 on their board. Now negative 13. Batches just continuing to build surge and breaks it for a 22 spike. Master 101 survives though. Very nice fractal for Master 101. Oh, and a misdrop from Batches. Both players sending a ton of clean here. Oh, and the clutch at the top. Oh, but it's not enough to keep Master 101 from killing Batches. Master 101 with TK at Batches with PCO. Upstack thingy all spin. Wow, that was some cool all spinning there. And Batches breaks their surge. Master 101, the top of their board, but gaining access to their well. Batches also at the top of their board, also gaining access to their well. Master 101 with the 20 spike! Will Batches survive? Oh, and it looks like they won't. This is definitely a very, very close match, y'all. Batches with stick spin that they didn't misdrop. Master 101 with a TSD opener and just broke their surge because I don't know what, and they look like they're in trouble. And they get topped out. Batches takes another point, putting us right back at tie again. Batches with stick spin, Master 101 with a TSD opener. And some very nice all spin. And Master 101 went into 8-1 for a second there. Batches getting access to their well there, right at the top. I think they're being a little greedy. Will Master 101 be able to take advantage of this? And Master 101 taking this time to build up some surge. Oh, and Batches breaks their surge and is met with the negative 11. Oh. And Master 101 just breaks their surge right after Batches does. Master 101. Oh, with a misdrop. They might be in trouble here. And it looks good. Oh, and so from that to Master with a wow. And back with a misdraw. Master 101 loses and releases hers. Oh, and Master 101 is now at match point. Will Batches be able to catch up? Batches with PCO. Oh, and they took the PC here. Master 101 with a surge of 8, surge of 9, and both players had a surge of 9. But then Master 101 broke it, and Batches KO's Master 101. Will we see a comeback from Batches here? Batches with... Actually, both players with PCO upstack. Both players building surge. Oh, and Master 101 is the first to break. Batches with a surge of 12 here. And breaks it as well. Leaving Master 101's board full of cheese. Batches with the STSD. Very nice. Very cool. Master 101 recovers it, but Batches had the surge and... Oh! We're now at tiebreaker. Oh, and a misdraw from Batches. Master 101 with a TSD opener. Batches recovers quite well though. Both players building up surge, and they both immediately break it as I say that, and a misdrop on Master 101's board. Oh no! And the misdrop killed them. Oh wow. And Batches take the win. Okay, so next we have Agar versus Kepsi. And I think they're going to take a warm-up match. Yep. So we have Kipsy on the left and Agar on the right. I hope I'm saying Kipsy right. I really don't know. And oh, that was a quick warm-up. And Kipsy takes the win. Okay. And we have TKI on Kipsy's side. Oh, never mind. And we do have some 9-0 on Agar's side. Agar does break surge. Kipsy with some cheese. Now down stacking. Oh, and a misdrop from Kipsy. Agar's taking this time to build up some surge. Kipsy sends a small spike. Agar sends an 18 spike back. And some misdrops on Agar's side. Agar near the top of their board. And Kipsy takes the first point. Both players doing TKI. Are we going to see some LSD here? And it looks like we are, actually. Nope, I think, nope, Agar's the first to break the LSD. But we do see some LSD on Kipsy's side. Oh no! No, Kipsy! Oh, and they recovered it. Very nice, very nice. Agar with a surge of 6 right now and breaks it immediately as I see that. Agar with a very big 7-2 well here. And Agar breaks surge. Kipsy was pushed up to the top of their board but managed to get down. And Kipsy with a 15 spike, Agar with a surge of 9. And Agar breaks surge, Kipsy now with a surge of 5. And immediately breaks that as I say it. Interesting. And Kipsy breaks surge. And Agar kills Kipsy. Both players doing TKI here. Will we see some LSD? I don't think so. Is that a misdrop from Agar? Oh, Agar misdrop, but managed to recover pretty nicely. I feel like Kipsy has a pretty interesting playstyle. It's like, maybe they just like spike a whole bunch or something. I don't know. I think they skim a lot. It's pretty interesting. And we might see some, we are seeing some TKI here on Agar's side, which I really love. Very, very cool. And Agar forced to break their surge of 12 into a 23 spike. Kipsy with some clean and some cheese. And Agar taking this time to build up more surge. Kipsy sends the cheese right back, and Agar was at the bottom of their board, managed to send it all back to Kipsy, and they KO'd. Interesting T-spin double opener on Kipsy's side. Kipsy's the first to break surge, then Agar breaks right afterward. Kipsy seems to be playing more aggressively here. Oh, and a misdrop from Kipsy. Unfortunate. But they do manage to recover it. And Agger's at the top of their board. Will they be able to survive? And they aren't. Kepsi just pressured them. Kepsi with PCO upstack. Agar with stick spin? Yes, stick spin. Agar with the 26 spike. Kepsi survives and sends a follow-up 27 spike. Agar. Oh, and Kepsi kill Agar. Now putting us at tie. I really do think Kepsi is playing a lot more aggressively here. Because, like, they're not just waiting for Agar to send them stuff. They're, like, actually building stuff of their own. And Agar with a surge of 13, Kepsi breaks their surge to be met with a huge negative 14. And Agar also breaks. Kepsi lives. And Agar tried to pressure, but it wasn't enough. Kepsi managed to find a way down. Agar with a surge of 5 immediately breaks. Kepsi with a surge of 5. Still building. Oh, and Kepsi with the auto dependency managed to fix the Agar with quite some cheese. Managed to get through the majority. Managed to get through all of the cheese actually. I was staying corrected. And Kepsi actually scheming instead of choosing to T-spin. Yeah. And Agar forced to break surge. Kepsi with a surge of 8, and the 29 spike was too much for Kepsi. Oh, and a misdrop from Kepsi. I think they were planning on doing TKI, but they misdropped. Agar is doing TKI right now. Agar with a surge of 7. And Agar releases their surge, sending quite a bit of cheese on Kepsi's board. Agar building up surge. Agar's at a surge of 8 right now. Kepsi's at a surge of 4. And Kepsi just couldn't find the pieces to get down. I'm not sure what Agar's doing here. Oh, and Agar with the 23 spike doesn't affect Kepsi though, and Kepsi breaks their surge. Also doesn't affect Agar though, so we're kind of at a stalemate. Agar with a surge of 19. Kepsi reached their back to back. Agar now counting to 4 had of access to their well and with an SCSD too. Kepsi's near the top of their board. Oh, Kepsi with the SCSD too. Kepsi with a surge of 4. Will we see a Kaidan here? And it might be a bit greedy. Oh, but Kepsi gets through it. And we have some misdrops from Kepsi. Recovered very nicely though. Agar sending Kipsy quite a bit of queen here. Oh no, and Kipsy might be in a bit of trouble. Oh, Kipsy managed to get out though, but they're greeted with the huge -11 and Master 101. We saw him last round, never mind. I mean Agar release their surge. We did have, oh, and the 16 spike from Kipsy kills Agar. Why do I keep wanting to say Master 101? Their playstyles aren't even similar. Kipsy with PCO, Agar with Dick Spin. Agar with a surge of 8 might break, and they do. Kipsy with quite a bit of cheese on their board. I would not want to downstack though right now. But Kipsy downstacked it quite phenomenally. And push Master. Why? Why? Why do I keep trying to say Master 101? It's Agar. Oh, and the misdrop from Kipsy. Kipsy with more misdrops. Kipsy, go down. You can't do that. No. And Kipsy's going down. Agar with a surge of 7 and immediately breaks. Kipsy with a surge of 10. Surge of 11. Kipsy with the misdrop. Kipsy breaks surge. Master. Agar breaks surge. Agar with the greedy SDST. And manages to live somehow? I guess it wasn't that greedy. I didn't know. Oh, and Kipsy KOs Agar with a follow-up. Both players doing TKI. We do see some LSD on Kipsy's side. I always love to see that. Oh, they break and it looks like they will, but that's okay because they did get in quite a bit of LSD and I always love to see LSD. Kipsy with a 30 spike. Agar near the top of their board. Will they be able to get down? And they won't. Wow. And some misdrops from Kipsy. Agar with the surge of 5, 6, 7. On Agar's building surge. Yep, I'm not going to count anymore because he keeps building it. Agar with a surge of 13, 14. Kipsy just trying to hang on, prepare for the huge spike, and there it is. A 25 spike from Agar, but Kipsy survives. Agar with a surge of 6. Agar now with a surge of 11 and break. Leaving Kipsy with some cheese that they now have the down stack. Agar near the top of their board. Things aren't looking optimal. Will Kepsi get in another point? And Kepsi just overwhelms Agar with the pressure. Kepsi with a surge of 6 breaks it. Agar still has their surge and ouch. They break it too. Kepsi has access to their will, sends a 16 spike to Agar. Agar survives it. But Kepsi has a fractal and into a 16 spike. Putting us now at 9-5. Kepsi starting to pull ahead here. And the misdrop from Kepsi. And Master 101 with some O-spin at but SCPC base. And wait, did I say Master? Did I say Master 101? I'm sorry, yo. I meant Agar. Why do I keep trying to say Agar? Both players with a TSD opener that I do not know the name of. Agar with a 29 spike pushes Kepsi up to the top of their board and gets in another point. Will we see a comeback from Agar here? Kepsi with Ticket Eye. Agar is all spinning. Agar with a surge of 8 breaks it for a 20 spike. Kepsi survives. And now Kepsi's on the down stack. And a huge spike from Agar combined with misdrops from Kepsi gives Agar another point. Both players doing the same TSD opener. Wow. And the fractal from Kepsi, but waste T. Oh no. Kepsi not looking good. And Agar pushes them back up to a tie now. Kepsi with TKI doing LST. Always love to see that. Agar just all spinning. Agar breaks surge. Kepsi still doing LST. Now gets out of it. And breaks surge to a 16 spike. Agar lives, but they do have a lot of cheese there. Combined with the fact that Kepsi is still pressuring them. They might be in a bit of trouble. Kepsi with a surge of 8 here. Agar managed to get out, I think. But Kepsi now has a surge of 12 and still building too. Kepsi breaks to a 19 spike. Agar near the top of their board. Will they be able to get down? And a very nice prophecy from Agar. Oh, and Agar KO's Kepsi. And now we're at match point for Agar. Will Kepsi get another point and manage to tie things up yet again? And we have a fractal on Kepsi's side. Master 101. Why do I keep saying Master 101? Why? I meant Agar. My bad, guys. Yes. We do have a little bit of cheese on Agar's board, but they get through it. And a misdrop on Kepsi's side. And Agger with the 29 spike, and that's gonna be game. Agger managed to pull through with the win. Very nice, very nice. Okay, we now have Saboch versus Nuclear up next. Okay. And they are here, so I will be heading out. And please welcome Lyra and Neutral. They will be your comms. Bye y'all.
Right, goodbye, Veggie. Yes, me and Neutral will be taking this over for the rest of the bracket. Hello, welcome.
Alright, welcome everyone. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are.
Yeah, and it looks like our first match we're going to be going over here is Sabolt versus Master 101, 5 seed versus 2 seed here.
Oh, that's like... Okay. Zalbox just played the last game, but alright, Snowman DQ'd their match, so that's unfortunate.
I hope Survivor had nothing to do with that, but it may have. So yeah, this is the match that we are gonna get. Yeah, so looking at stats here, we do see Master 101 with a pretty significant APM, PPS gap. You can see that there's a bit of a seed gap as well, so yeah. It'll still be an exciting matchup regardless. Let me just get the bracket up so I can see a bit more of what is going on here. I've been watching CTWC, so I'll keep that on in the background. Okay, so this is losers top 6. Okay. Hopefully this set I don't throw again. Wishing for the best.
Alright. Oh, right into it, no warm-up. Okay, early search building from both players here. Oh, Master broke search rather quick. Could still defend against this? Probably not. Oh. Okay. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, but not quite. And that is going to be first point over to Sabolt here. Ooh, a misdrop on the opener from Master 101 there.
Fixes
but they
it.
have the recovery. Yeah. And we see that -8 appear on Sabolt's board there, as Master 101 does have that surge advantage here. They do misdrop their all spin there to try to continue the surge advantage, and that's going to leave them with a lot of she's at the bottom of the board, and ooh, yeah, that misdrop does cost them the round.
Yeah, Zabolx was just able to use all that clean against Master.
Is it bad that whenever I see Master 101's username, I think of Wizard 101? I'll just leave it at that, but they do have a similar surge here as both of them are trying to build that up. So Bolt's just the first to break. Master 101 continues theirs. They're not able to get the line clear to send their surge over, and that's going to be a quick 3-0 for Zabolch here.
Master might have not been expecting that send from Zabolch, or it could have been greed.
And now we're plonking our TKIs, which is not something you see very often, but I guess we're doing that today. Sabolch sending with a 31 spike. That is going to force Master to break, and they're going to be on the down stack here. Very nice spike and well timed there. Now, Sabolch builds up that back-to-back yet again. There's that -8 appearing on Master's board right here as they are trying to build back up their back-to-back. They managed to get rid of the -8, but they've still got a pretty significant deficit looming.
Okay, Zabolx broke. Didn't really do much as Master had the defense.
And Master has this really nice 4-5 stack right here in the center of the board. They do keep their back-to-back, but that is an insanely messy board underneath. They are going to have to break back-to-back and down stack through this. That's what they're going to start to do here, looking for some nice spins on the way down, but no back-to-back right now.
Okay, why are we waiting here?
Not sure. Because Savolge's board looks like they really got to down stack this. Never mind, they fixed that with an all spin that I did not even see.
Yeah.
Now they have the -11 appearing on the board as Master 101's just continuing to build up this back-to-back. Almost misdrops and then stops themselves. They break with a 26 spike, and it is a little bit overkill as Savolge was not really able to defend against much of it. Actually, no, not as overkill as I thought it was. Now that I look over at the... I use the stream as an instant replay because it's about 2 seconds behind what I'm seeing.
Master waiting strategically a bit here.
All right, Master has that back-to-back surge of 10. They are pressuring Savolge a little bit here, but Savolge has their all spins ready to go. Both players kind of taking this a little bit slow, trying to make sure that their moves are correct. And I say slow relative to their PPS average and their burst speed.
Oh, nice force break from Zabolx. 37 spike. And now both are trying to build back up some surge again.
Exactly.
Not really, though. Okay, not really.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind
You never
of.
know. You never know. Sometimes it's a split-second decision for these players, and you can definitely see that reflected in the gameplay.
True. Because within 1 second, you could be sent, like, you could be forced to accept 18 lines, and you'd have no choice but to downstack. It's just how it is at this level.
Ooh, that Asimov drop is sad. We're plonking our TKIs again.
But, yo, what is that stylish 180 T-spin from Master?
I love that one. I don't know if it has a name, but I remember that that's kind of a recent add to the game, and I just couldn't get over the humor of the fact that you can say, guys, they added new T-spins, and like that's real. Like that's something that happened.
Really? Because I had the impression that that has always been a thing, as in the 180 T-spins. Like, even...
I think they recently added it to count as a mini. I think that's what it is. Or is it? They recently changed and added something as a mini. It might not have been the one that you saw, but they've added something recently.
Those are immobile. And it's, I don't know how to explain them. But anyways, back to the game here. I don't want to ramble about...
No, you're fine. That's
immobile
totally
T-spin.
understandable.
Yeah, but yeah, Master has quite a sizable surge advantage here, and break it. Oh, but Zabolx found the defense.
Yeah, they were definitely ready for that there. That 31 spike came in. Even though it was a large surge break, there wasn't a ton of follow-up there from Master, and so Savolge was able to handle all of it. But there is that looming deficit yet again as Master is just continuing to build up this back-to-back. Sends with a 32 spike, and it seems like Savolge is less equipped this time, so Master does find the round.
That was a really well-timed send too. Like Zabolx used up all their resources right when Master sent that surge.
Okay, it was always a thing. Okay, so I have to admit, I didn't even fully see the T-spin. I was looking at the other board. I just assumed I knew what was going on and hoped it worked. It didn't work this time.
Oh.
Sometimes I'm just looking at the wrong board and I have to pretend I know what's going on, but Sabolge is up at the top here.
They have the down stack though, yeah. And now Master's being pushed up at the top here. Also has a down.
So Bolch had an unfortunate misdrop there that caused them to not be able to access a good amount of their stack, but they've since cleared it and are back on the up stack here, or rather just trying to build the back-to-back, hesitating quite a bit before breaking that back-to-back.
Okay, Master going on the offensive here. Yeah, finding a lot of nice attacks. Yeah. Really clean board. Okay, breaks the surge, but again, Zabolch had the defense for this one.
Right, and I've been, ooh, that is, I don't even know how that misdrop happened. And on the note of the numbers appearing on the opponent's board, I have this thing lately that I've been upset about in lower rank matches where players tend to act like that -8, -12 on the opponent's board is Exodia. Like they act like that means that you won the game. And it only is a win if you're not ready for it. In that case, Savolch was not ready for it. But if you prepare yourself, you can handle and defend against what the opponent is sending in, and it is not as scary as the game's graphics make it seem.
Yeah, indeed it is a common misconception. I mean, because you don't really see people at, I don't know, maybe S rank or A rank. You don't really see them defending against like 10 surge deficits often.
Right.
So, yeah.
I'm mainly talking about SS. That's what I know the most about.
Okay.
But I'm not kidding about the Exodia thing. People do act like that.
I mean, I can see why too. It's just that they haven't watched, you know, X Plus gameplay, so they don't get to see these insane defenses that players are putting out.
And speaking of insane, this comeback right here, this was from a 1-4 deficit that Master 101 has been able to bring this back from. And some very clean gameplay has brought them here, but the rounds that killed them in the beginning were very fast rounds. So maybe this is just them getting a little bit more warmed up and ready to go. He uses some very clean spins from both sides of the board. You can see that back-to-back is relatively close. Sabolch breaks here. Master breaks slowly after with a 19 spike. Sabolch's board just isn't ready for this. They have a couple clears up at the top here. They have the eyepiece to try to start to get down here. There's the next eyepiece. And they're in the clear for now, but Master is building up that back-to-back. They do have an eye misdrop. That's going to slow them down a little bit, force them to break with a 20 spike. But Sabolch handles it well, defends against all of it, and we're back to even.
Back to a neutral position here, it seems. Yeah, both players are now trying to build Surge back up. Yeah, and we see Master is going to be the first one to do so. But that's forced to break Surge there.
Ooh, Sabolch up at the top of the board there just does not have enough time, enough room to get out there. And Master pulls forward with this lead right now.
I think they made some sort of mistake as well. Their board wasn't in the best shape. It looked like they had a misdrop or something. And 8-1 well. This doesn't look good for Zabolch. Yeah, forced to break Surge early here.
Master also forced to break in not exactly the situation that they wanted, and they have a 13 spike, and that is enough to win them the round, and they are starting to run away with this right here.
Yeah, because Zabolch had a really terrible misdrop at the end there that really sealed the deal. Yeah, Zabolch forced to make some compromising skims here to get to the garbage. Meanwhile, Master, yeah, this is a pretty big surge advantage.
But well defended.
Okay. Yeah, Zabalk had the defense for that. Also for this one. Nice. Okay, hesitated a bit there to find a cleaner setup. Yeah, finds that.
Yeah, both players definitely using their time to think about their all-spin setups, because some top players make it seem like those come super easy, but for most players, it is quite a tough line of thinking to all of a sudden worry about all spins. It takes time. These players are human. It takes time to think about these things.
So true.
But very good all spins here for Master as they downstack with a 21 spike. That's going to put some kind of messy garbage on Sepulchre's board, but they don't exactly have the follow-up that they were looking for here. Some really interesting skims going on, but both players kind of at the bottom of their boards in a pretty similar position. And a 20 spike there from Sebulch is going to not really slow Master down that much, and that is going to be the round as Sebulch is just pushed up to the top of the board there, looking to kind of see what happened here.
Was that like a misdrop, or it was just an unfortunate...
It was a misdrop. It was a misdrop, I think. Either that or an all-spin setup that they just didn't have the cue for. Because my stream is now somehow like 5 to 6 seconds behind this. I'll try to catch that back up.
We love to see that.
It's honestly one of my greatest ideas I've ever had, but Sebulch has this 13 break that's going to leave Master's board in a kind of clean state. They have some sort of downstack that they can take here, but they decide to not keep that back-to-back and just keep going.
Oh, misdrops the T-spin. It's not too deadly, though. Yeah, they're fine.
Ooh, that 18 spike is going to push Sebulch up to the top here, and it is now match point here for Master.
Oh, that's
insane.
Like
yeah, we started at 1-4.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, how did we get here? Master is cooking.
I genuinely think it was the lack of warm-up. I genuinely think if we had a warm-up round, this would have been different. But that's just me. Anyways, Sebulch up at the top here. There's a lot of clean that they can get into, and they're not exactly looking to build back-to-back for now. Master breaks with an 18 spike, but Sebulch is able to handle it here and has continued to be on this down stack. They're slowing down and thinking about these T-spins here as Master is building back up that back-to-back, and oh my goodness, the J-spin double right at the end there. Just the style points that they need to finish this out.
Yeah,
Agar, you did almost get it right. You called 11-5 in the chat. I saw that. I was like, no way that happens, right? Nope. Oh. We're here.
Wait, when did that happen? Yo, damn, he called it. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even see that, but damn.
You called it at 4-3. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh my goodness, I forgot to change my image back. You know what? I'll just forever be recolored Radical Cup. You know what? I'll just leave that as my image.
Okay. I see it now. I looked at the image. Wait, isn't that Radical Cup?
I made a pixel art of her VTuber model. She decided to use it as her Discord profile picture. She said that somebody accidentally called her Lyra in a call one time, and so I made this image and sent it to her to scare her.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and then I was asked to commentate a VTuber tournament, and then I brought it back out. That's the entire story. That's it. Not very interesting. But you know what is interesting? Our next match here. Botchess versus Applejack.
That was a good segue. All right. Okay.
Yeah, Seed 1 versus Seed 3 here. Yeah, that's where it came from. I hope the whole story makes sense. I feel like it's logical steps there. It's just a lot of logical steps that you wouldn't have known if you didn't know that I made Radical Cup's Discord profile picture in the first place. All right. So we are asking our players if they want a warm-up. It seems like that will be the case here. Oh no, Botchess, what did you do?
Okay, interesting opener.
Great warm up, guys. Good job. Great warm up. Great warm up, everyone.
Dude, it wasn't okay. I'm not sure. Okay, because it wasn't even what's it? It wasn't even the sus
Among
opener.
Us. Yeah,
No,
no.
yeah, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even
It
that.
wasn't even that. It was just normal things.
Can you call that normal though? Hmm.
Mm, that's a good question.
I mean, those two have. Yo, wait, what was that setup from Bot Chess? What? I mean, yeah, it was a fancy thing, but okay. Yeah, Bot Chess forced a search break from Kuro, and yeah, Kuro's up pretty high now. Let's see if their speed can help them get out. And it looks like it does.
Botchess having to toss that O piece in there. Given the state that their board was previously at, I'm amazed they haven't broken. They do break right there defensively, and both players in a pretty similar spot trying to build that back-to-back back up. This is definitely faster paced than our last round that we saw, which makes sense given the seeding. These players aren't going to give each other as much time as we saw in that last match.
Okay, Kuro gets the well.
God.
Okay.
Botchess is just showing off at this point.
Did he wait for the gravity there?
I love it when players do that. It looks so silly.
I couldn't see it, but alright, he did. Okay. Okay, trying to maintain surge here. Oh no, breaks it. And Kuro had the defense for it. Yeah, not gonna receive a lot of cheese here, and that's not an ice spin. I think Kuro tried to go for an ice spin there, but yeah, they miscounted. Okay, still going strong though.
Botchess is really following what I call build random overhangs and make them work. It's obviously a bit more sophisticated than that, but that's where my mind goes to when I see this.
As a degenerate all spinner, I can guarantee you I do that a lot of the times. I do that way more
Glad
than
to
I
hear
care
that.
for.
That's very validating. That's very validating. All right, so we have a little bit of cheese at the bottom of Botchess' board right now that they are trying to downstack into. Ooh, don't think that one's intentional on Botchess' board. They are going to have to downstack through that. Kuro up at the top here and just not finding the out in time.
Ordered chaotic gameplay. I like that. I like that description. Okay, some fancy all spin setups here from Bachas. Yeah, it works out well. Not gonna lie. If it works, it works. Oh, that doesn't look like it works though. Yeah, forced to skim there. Yeah, but Krill doesn't have any dangerous spikes going on as well, so... Both trying to build backup surge here. Yeah, some really good back and forth surge building going on. Kuro will be the first one to break. Yeah, Batch has followed shortly after.
Kuro at a little bit of an awkward spot here. They do find the down stack. Ooh, and not enough. Did not open that next well in time, and Botchess takes our second point here.
Yeah, not getting the right pieces to get to the well there.
One of the interesting things about all spinning as a playstyle is that if you are only going for T-spins and quads to build up that back-to-back there, then you're constantly waiting for those I pieces and those T pieces. By just spamming all spin singles and doubles, you can generally build back-to-back in fewer pieces than it takes for somebody who's just using T-spins and quads to do surge there. And you can definitely see that in this matchup.
True.
Though Kuro is all spinning, you do see Botchess all spinning more, and so they tend to build more back-to-back per minute. if you do watch that. See, Botchus is so hard to play against because you never know what they're doing. I'm just actually feel very validated that it's not just me who doesn't really know what's going on until it happens. I just thought I was too small brained for this, but okay, yeah. So everybody else has no clue what this is either. Thank you.
He's kind of like Vince in a way. Oh, misspins the J though, and another Elmis drop. Yeah, this might be bad. Kuro finds another well, releases it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not good.
That was quite the spire that Botchus had built in the center of the board there. All right, so we do see stick spinning going on from both sides. They have different ways of building that C-spin in the center. Back-to-back per minute is an interesting metric. I tend to only notice it when players are at similar back-to-back. Like, let's say they're both at 5. You can see them kind of build it up in relation to each other. Notice who builds it up faster. Ooh, Botchus misses the I spin.
Alright, Kuro trying to build up some surge advantage here. Yeah, but Botchus is also going on the offensive. Oh, has to break defensively here though, yeah, because Kuro broke her surge.
Botchus
Nice
breaks the
ult.
back-to-back right there, which is going to give Kuro the surge advantage here, as they do break with a 19 spike. That's not going to do too much damage onto Botchus's board. They have some fancy all spins to get down to where they need. Interesting STSD setup, but that hole in the side of the stack, I thought that it wasn't intentional, but maybe it was. We'll never know. So now Botchus is at the surge advantage here, as Kuro's up at the top of the board with that minus 15 looming and not looking great here. They do have clean well access. They are looking to get their board ready to handle this, but that is a 43 spike. And you can only handle so much of that.
So much pressure coming from Botchus.
It wasn't intentional. We just had an entire discussion about how you never know. And that I'm small brain. So maybe it was intentional. I'll never be at this level, and so it's fine. And that's why we're watching this here. And we have Kuro here with the first back-to-back, and they do have to break that surge. Botchus at the bottom of the board.
Okay. I mean, never say never, right?
No, I can say never on that one.
Okay.
Trust me. So Botchus here with a misdrop over on the side of the board. That is a tough one to clear because you have to upstack so much to get into it. So they do clear it and are faced with this 13 spike from Kuro up the top of the board. And that is almost secret grade on the board there. Not pretty.
Huh. Yeah. Kuro didn't have follow-up attacks with their surge. So yeah, we'll be forced to find more surge building here. Yeah. Might be forced to skim here.
Nice combo down stack there from Kuro as they're trying to get a little bit of cheese output here. None of it really finds its way to Botchus's board as they are continuing their all spin shenanigans. They do break right there. Well, Kuro, okay, they just temporarily blocked off well access. No, the stream has gotten like 5 seconds out of sync again. Whatever, we're here, we're vibing. And we're all spinning. We'll have to see that I spin right there, but Botchus does have to break at the top of the board in a 20 spike. And this LST over on the other side is absolutely relentless. They didn't have to break for any of that, but then break in a 25 spike. We're pretty even here as Botchus is now down at the bottom of the board. Kuro just layering on this damage here with these small spikes right at the bottom of the board, just trying to pressure Botchus and have them top out here, but Botchus finds what they need to keep going. Kuro up at the top of the board here. They start this down stack. They get into the clean part of their garbage and have some T-spins along the way. They find that back-to-back here. Botchas breaks, and they have that O piece in what appears to be not the right spot, and that is going to cost them the point.
Terrible O misdraw. Yeah, I think Applejack, they had a really good like spike opportunity, but that O piece just ruined it all.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, a misdrop on Botchas' side gave Kuro the early back-to-back advantage there, and Botchas just did not have the pieces that he needed to complete their all spins, and that's what cost them the point right there.
Okay, it's triple double over coming from Kuro.
Some very fast stacking. Yeah, that was great.
Immediately, okay.
That was beautiful. Very well played there from Kuro.
Oh, 4Y. I swear that was gonna be a 4Y open from Botchas.
I mean, okay, they've done it before. I wouldn't be surprised.
But yeah, forced to break out of the 4Y. Now trying to do some normal all spins. Okay, also
both
forces
players exchange blows here, both at the top, and Botchas tops out first.
Yeah, I was right. Look at that.
Yeah, they type in chat, rip no 4 wide, so that was what they were going for there.
Okay, strategic wait from Kuro there. It might pay off? Not really, though. Botchas found the down stack.
Kuro up at the top here, but an insane down stack from them as they do find a 31 spike in there. They break that back-to-back and tie it up here. Botchas is starting to run away with this, but this is exciting to see it back tied.
Okay, misdrop our opening. Oh, but transitioned into a nice T-spin triple. Yeah, that's not the best position for Kuro. Made a couple minor mistakes that kind of just stacked up.
No pun intended. So I actually know that the name of the TD opener that Kuro was going for there is called Dot Cannon. That's my fun fact of the day. Ooh, and that is a misdrop from Botchas right there. That is, I don't know if that would have made a difference, misdrop or not, because that was an insane spike there from Kuro. Both players just trying to build up that back-to-back here. We see Botchas with a slightly higher back-to-back. They're going for that Z-spin triple setup, but it ultimately ends the round as Botchas types IDK in the match chat after that one. You know what? Me neither. But you know what? I appreciate it. And you know what I do appreciate as well? This 4-ride. I like the commitment to the bit. Unfortunately, that well isn't exactly where you want to see it for the 4-wide, so no massive spike out of that, but we do appreciate it. Again, it is entertaining. And Kuro just pressures Botchas enough to start to get towards match point here in this first 2-11.
Yeah, too much cheese for Botchas to handle there. And Kuro had the pressure to kill as well. Okay, these are some awkward skims from Botchas. Made it down though.
Kuro up the top, they have the pieces that they need to start to get down here, but they're kind of committing pretty hard. They decide to break their back-to-back right there. Try to just prioritize the down stack instead.
I thought it was DC Cannon for a second. No, they were just waiting again. Of
Waiting
course,
again.
of course.
Because of course, what else would you be doing in this fast-paced game besides waiting? Botchess fixes misdrop with some nice all spins. Continue on and trying to build up back to back here. They get that surge as Crow's looking to do the same. They actually break the moment I say that and go for the spike instead. That's a little bit of hesitation there from Crows. It appears they misdropped, but they're back into their burst speed right here and trying to put pressure on. And they do with that 13 spike. Botchess with some misdrops here that they're forced to, okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, sure.
Not gonna get out of this one though. Yeah, I don't think so. Would have been sick though.
Would have been sick, agreed.
Yeah, this time around the peace queue didn't really agree with them. Yep, not gonna get that for a while. Down.
Unfortunate indeed.
Okay, and it's match point for Applejack already. Oh, committing to the bid? Okay.
Yeah, don't know if we should be committing to the bit on match point here, but, you know, that's just how Botchess is playing this, and that's how it goes. So they have this 14 spike, and Kuro's not in a good spot on their board, and Botchess does find the kill in time.
Oh, and they were going for it again. I swear.
I mean, probably at this rate.
Okay, surviving though. Yeah, Kuro couldn't find enough pressure in time.
Ooh, and that team misdrop, it does not look good for Botchess here. They find some of the spins, but not enough, and Kuro is going to take that here.
Yeah, that allows Kuro to finally find the kill. So, yep.
And that was a winner's side match. So Botchess is going to drop down to our losers bracket, not out of the tournament quite yet. So stay tuned and you'll see more of those beautiful all spins later on.
Yeah, and it does mean that Applejack's gonna be our first grand finalist.
Very exciting. Hydro desktop renderer crashed. Okay. I'll be back in the room in a moment. But yeah, very exciting match. Excited to see both of them continue on in this bracket. And that is the 1 seed advancing to the grand finals. I was thinking we were going to get an upset with the way that match was starting, but Kuro did bring it back.
Okay, so what do we have on our next match here? Agar versus Master. Loser semis.
All right, both of our players are in the lobby here, but we do see quite a big seed gap going on between these two. One towards the bottom of X plus, and the other pretty high up into it.
Agar is seed 8? Agar's definitely not seed 8 on the...
Yeah, I don't really know what happened there. Oh,
yeah,
are they not on the bracket, on the challenge?
Because...
No, it says...
I'm looking at the...
6.
Yeah, I'm looking at the challenge bracket, and Agar is 6, but it's on the stream that... 8? I mean...
Well, to be fair, the font is very difficult to read, and so I could have totally read that as an 8. Maybe it's just one of those. Anyways, what was that spin from Agar? That was actually that was interesting. I like that one a lot, and so hopefully this is a preview of some more all spin shenanigans, but Master does take our warm-up there.
Okay, it was seed 8 on the on the stream. All right. Okay, at least we gave a good heads up on like to the stream hosts. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
When I was saying the font is difficult to read, I meant the font in challenge. That I read that as an 8 at first as well.
Okay. Okay,
It's
yeah.
the font in there. We're blaming challenge. This one,
Okay,
whoever
but you
chose the font in challenge, we blame you. All right. A little bit of a modified MKO from Agar over there.
okay. Yeah, Agar forced to skim here to get access to garbage, and that's gonna let Master get away with this big surge advantage. Stylistic choice of going for the Espen single. Alright, and... Well, they're still keeping Surge, though, so who am I to judge?
Right, and they do not even need to break that surge as Agar does top out, giving Master the first point.
Yeah, even tried to go for a really stylish donate T-spin triple overhang.
It was pretty. I would have loved to see that executed, but alas, we do not see that.
Alas.
We saw the idea though, and the idea was pretty cool.
Yeah, a pretty awkward board for Master to keep back-to-back. Yeah, forced to break it early here. But Agar's pretty unfazed, pretty low on their board. Finds the big multiplier. Yo, that's 41 spike. Yeah. That was a good play on Agar. They knew Master was sending clean, they waited for the clean, and then pulls off the multiplier.
Yeah, that sounds like actually jump scared me a little bit right there. Was not expecting that one.
Really good well for Agar here. Yeah, and they're gonna keep up with the back-to-back. Master almost got to the well, but...
Yeah, not quite. We do see ourselves in this 2-1 situation, both players going for that TKI.
Yeah, this is a pretty awkward... Yeah, there was like one line of cheese on Agar's board, which just forced him to skim out of it. Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with that Z spin double. I mean, they still get away with it.
Master's board looking a little bit questionable, but they do clean it up. That eyepiece misdrop, though, is going to seal them out of that well.
Yeah, that was fatal.
All right, MKO, and then a PCO stack over there.
Trying to upstack some more. Yeah, and that has a nice follow-up. Yeah, pushing Agar near the top here, but no, Agar finds a downstack. And now it's Master in trouble. Yeah, these are terrible misdrops. Okay, no, still gets out of it nicely.
Agar has a break back to back up the top of the board here. We see that OP Swiggle as they don't really have a lot of options. That maybe was them going for a little bit of form over function when it comes to their spins and their board there, but we will continue on, and we do see some stick spin over there.
But these are terrible misdrops on Master's side. Yeah, another eye misdrop. No.
Sometimes when those misdrops chain together, there is just absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Okay. Both players going for PCO upstack. And yeah, both got some nice surges going on. Agar breaking first, Master breaking right after. Nice cut copy. Yeah, that sends a really good spike over to Agar. Stylistic I spin double from Agar. Yeah. Not in the best position though. Yeah, forced to skim while Agar is still holding on to their back-to-back here.
And we do see that -17 on Agar's board as Master does break that back-to-back and just send them into the Shadow Realm there, as they didn't really have other options. And Agar types good timing in chat right there. And sometimes that's all you need to find around is some good timing, whether that's planned or not. Sometimes difficult to tell, but...
Plan or
I agree.
I agree.
With how fast these players play, finding a really tight timing like that is, it's got to be really difficult to actually do well looking. Both players finding that 4 back-to-back right there, getting that surge, there's that ding. Both of them maintaining very similar pace in building up this back-to-back.
But Agar's board will force him to break first, and 53 spike.
53? Oh!
Yo, that's a red arrow right there. That's a red KO arrow, yeah.
Oh my god. 53 is brutal. Spike of all time contender right there.
Unfortunately, we're not in Tetra League.
So sad.
Agar trying to force a break from Master. Yeah, can't do that in time. Yeah, Master got to break on his own terms and gets another round here. Agar going for this J-spin double. Not putting him in the best board state though, yeah. Master takes another quick round off of that. PCO versus TKI. Agar forced to do some initial skims, but yeah, we're back to all spinning here.
We do see both players breaking and what looked like a misdrop on... Yeah, that was an eye misdrop. It was an eye misdrop.
Such an unfortunate eye misdrop too. Like the worst kind of misdrop you could make. The one that just instantly kills you.
Yeah, sometimes the eyepiece is supposed to help you and just hurts you instead, and that's what happened in that case. But Master is building up that back-to-back, finds that +10 to put the indicator on Agar's screen right there. And we do hear those sound effects start to ramp up as that deficit is growing here.
Oh, really
Agar trying to put their board in a good spot.
Really clean finds from... Why are we freezing? Okay.
No, that was pure flonk. Oh, and the PC!
Okay.
Alright, everyone.
Okay.
Love that eyepiece misdrop. And Agar's now on this down stack here. I'm sorry. Just the plonking into the PC, just for some odd reason, I found that really funny. But we do see that -11 back on Agar's board as Master is starting to get more of these spins going. Not so much all spinning. but taking their time figuring out what they're doing as they're trying to maintain this back-to-back. They send in a 33 spike, and that is just too much for Agar to handle.
Agar was like one piece away from getting out of there, but he just didn't have the speed to get to it.
Yeah, and Master's starting to look like they're getting close to the end here, getting close to that match point. This is just getting more and more difficult for Agar to reverse as every round continues on, and there's that -8 on their board yet again. Looks like Agar is trying to build their back-to-back in response, but they do have to break, and then Master breaks right after with a 19 spike that just launches them. Yeah, just too much for them to handle on that board.
Yeah, it is match point for Master already. But what do you do when Master simply, Agar just misdropped toward the end of the round there, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, I was saying, what do you do against these clean finds from Master?
Yeah, it's really tough to find something there, especially when your opponent is finding them that quickly. But that'll be it for that matchup. And Master will move forward to face Bot Chess in Losers Finals.
Yeah, this is a rematch from our winners semis. So will Master redeem himself, or will Batches get his rematch against Kuro in grand finals?
Yeah, only time will tell here. As we're trying to summon Bot Chess to play this match.
Yeah, Batches is just AFK, I think. Strategically lost to Batches last time, so it would be warmed up by the time it got to the match.
Insane message. That is wild. Love that.
It's all part of Keikaku, guys. Trust.
All right, Bot Chess, if you are listening, it is your turn. Please get in here. We need you. Please don't DQ. Please just be in the bathroom or something.
Oh no, okay, he's back on.
Okay.
I was just about to segue into asking about CTWC because I did watch it yesterday, but not today. So I was gonna ask how's that going?
I can check that tab. It last I saw, I did see Tristop lose. Big sad New York City representative. I'm always rooting for him.
Okay.
But it looks like Alex T just beat. Or no. I have no clue. Alex T and Scooty just finished up. I have no clue who won, but we're back on this.
Okay.
I will go back to my HNES tab. So many tabs open in that browser.
Belt. All right, we're gonna have a warm up first, though. Okay, yeah, some warm up shenanigans from Batches here. Okay, find some nice all spin down stack though. Yeah.
Botchas almost lives.
Almost. Alex T won 3-0.
Ah.
Okay. I mean, it's Alex T. Yeah, it's Alex T. He hasn't lost
Lost
a single round. Yeah, it's Alex T. What can you do against Alex T?
Botchas, thank you for friending me back. So nice of you. No idea when I friended you. Probably a while ago.
Master's trying really hard to hold on to the surge, finally breaking it, and it does nothing to Botchas.
Who's gravity dropping that T-piece right there. Oh no.
Yeah, then just a series of mistakes after that.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Okay, well, interesting.
I just saw ST stacking and then topping out. That's all I saw.
Interesting opener. Yep. No, I can assure you. Actually, no, forget about that. I don't even know what happened. Oh, he found a fin though. Okay. Still in a pretty dicey situation here. Okay, but got back down pretty quickly.
There's the funny T-spin on the side, but a little bit of a misdrop afterwards. They have the I-spin to fix it and the down stack, but that is a really cheesy board underneath them. They don't even get the time to start working down through it because that's a third point in Master's favor.
Yeah, Master didn't need anything more than a quad to finish off that round. Yeah, finds the mini T into the S-spin double. Okay, now once again Master with these elegant and clean finds. But misdrops the T though. Okay, gets down. But now it's Botchas who has the cards.
Yeah, a lot of all spins at the bottom of the board there from Botchas as they are building up this back-to-back. They have the I spin to continue it here. They have this 14, and they are not even forced to break it. I thought that they were going to have to break there, but they find the out. They do have to break right there with the 21, and they do try to look for this follow-up here, but not really finding it as Master comes out okay.
Alright, yeah, pretty neutral position here. Master has a short surge break, which sends no cheese to Botchas.
Yeah, Botchas just staying poised at the bottom of their board here. They do find that back-to-back surge yet again, releasing it in a 21 spike. Both players just exchanging blows right now as we are getting deep into this round. We are a minute and a half into this. Master's trying to close out the round with that spike, putting Botchas up at the top, and they just do not find the out quickly enough. We're still in sweep mode here.
Oh, and we're SD stacking now. Well, not really, okay. Still a bad board for Botchas to be in. Yeah, it gets out, but Master now has Surge.
And Botchas types, "Stop comms cursing me." I feel like that's low-key, that's what you sign up for if you're listening to me while you're playing. And then there's a 23 spike from Master right there. Botchas is on the down stack right now. They do have their all spin set up on the way down. They find that 21 spike. They do misdrop that piece and find a nice out. They're going to have that S spin into it. Master laying on the damage with these small spikes from the bottom of the board there as they are building up their own back-to-back.
What is this pressure from Master? It keeps on going. Finally breaks it. Oh, but
Botchas lives it. Botchas lives that 25 spike, and they're going to be on the down stack here. Master's not able to find the follow-up on that insane spike here. And Botchas is trying to build back up this back-to-back. They do find it, but Master with that mini surge right there does find the kill. Yeah, those well-timed mini surges can just end the round. Botchas up at the top here. Breaks that back-to-back. Setting up a nice cut copy there. That is an L-piece misdrop. Ooh, okay. They do get some of what they need to start this down stack, but it is enough to find them their first point. So we have some stick spinning on both sides, both players setting up their C-spin.
Master trying to find an all-spin continuation. Unfortunately, misdrops the L.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta hold that L, and that's what happened in that round, as both of these players are going for more traditional openers in the start of this next round.
Okay, no pun intended. Okay, finds the multiplier, but yes. Has to tank a lot of cheese from Master. But gets all of it cleared fine.
Master up at the top here, but they're able to find the survival that they need, and they're starting to be on this down stack. Some clean garbage over on Botchas' board, but some interesting overhangs that they've got going on.
Master made a couple mistakes. Unfortunately, can't keep up the surge. And now we're back to neutral. It spins the T. This might be bad. Okay, finds the down stack.
Yeah, this is a pretty messy garbage on Master's board, so they just go for that combo down stack to get through it. And there's that clean that they can now use to build up that back-to-back, some counting to 4. But Botchas is just trying to find that back-to-back there. You can see that -12 on Master's board as Botchas does break in that 10 spike. Doesn't do too much to Masters. They respond with an 18 spike of their own, and a T misdrop right at the end will seal the deal. Botchas starting off strong with this back-to-back right here, finding that quick 8, sending it over to Master's board. They don't really receive too much of it, but the little that they do receive comes in as cheese. A follow-up spike from Botchas there forces Master to break, and they are down at the bottom of the board. Both players down at the bottom of the board, actually, as Master is starting to get pushed up. They do break. Botchas at the top breaks as well. That O misdrop isn't going to do them very well, and even though they had the piece to get out, that one line of send from Master is going to top them out. Master the one with the back-to-back at the beginning of this here, as we do see the -11 on Botchas' board. They do break in a 31 spike. Or they didn't even break. It was just a 31 spike without breaking there. And that was enough to find the round.
Yeah, finds a lot of clean from Batches, used all of them correctly. Big spike, big early spike coming from Road to H rank here. Yeah, finds the kill from that.
Master up at the top of the board here, and Botchus finds the pressure that they need.
Yeah, not the right pieces for Master to downstack there.
Some stick spin versus TKI over here. Botchus ripping that C-spin and finding some all spins immediately after. Both players with that similar back-to-back. Master is the first to break here. Botchus breaks soon after with some pretty good pressure there that Master has to deal with. It looks like Botchus was setting up a TST tower there for a little bit, and oh no.
Oh, that I misdropped again.
We've all done it. We've all done it. I did one of those earlier today, and I did put my head down on the desk afterwards. It never feels good, and so now Botchus is 4-widing. Do you think that the 4-wide is like a symbol of defeat?
I can't.
Maybe it is. You know, maybe that's Botchus' way of waving the white flag, but they're not going to do it this round as they do go for that stick spin again. And it's enough, yeah. Master just pushed up to the top there, not too much else they could do.
Nice.
The ice spin quads. The ice spin quads are always so fun. I love them so much.
Wait, was it a quad?
I think there was 2 ice spins in there, and I think maybe one of them was a quad. But these players are playing so fast that my little eyes cannot see it. And Master's pushed up to the top of the board with a lot of cheese here that they are going to have to work through, but Botchus is just spamming out damage, finds the all clear in the middle of that, finds another all clear, and they're just trying to loop this here, but they get the 1 line of garbage that's going to prevent them from doing so.
Yeah, still has Surge here though, but misdrops the J spin double. Yeah, not fussed about it. Oh. Yeah, finding some really nice follow-ups here.
I do love the S-spin triples. There were 2 of those in the middle of that there. Those are also very fun to see.
Agreed. Yeah, Master's pretty unfazed here though. But this is a pretty... not gonna find the downstack in time.
And Botchus just types what in the match chat after that round. So clearly they know exactly what they're doing here. Very cool and collected.
Clearly.
And a little bit of hesitation from Master here at the start of this round. Don't exactly know what they're looking for, but is giving Botchus a little bit of time to build up their stack. Ooh, and that misdrop there might be it for Botchus here, and
Yep,
that is going to be our losers finals.
That's like a painful way to go out.
Yeah, I think that they may have lasted a little bit longer than they thought they were going to. That's what it felt like to me. But we are going to continue on with our bracket here, with our winners finals next.
You mean grand finals?
Grand Finals, that one.
Yep.
I'm only a little dyslexic. All right.
Okay.
So Grand Finals coming up next. As Botchess puts a keyboard smash in the Twitch chat. I've been there. I get that. Yeah, we are going to have Kuro versus Master here in our Grand Finals. I'm trying to see. This is
Wait.
not a rematch.
It's not a rematch, but
No, because this is our 1 versus 2. Earlier we saw 1 versus 3, so this hasn't happened in the bracket yet.
wait, and are my eyes deceiving me? Why is Kuro ranked 31 now? In
They were
Tetra League.
discussing that earlier in chat. Somebody said fake rank 31. I don't really fully know the lore behind that. I don't really keep track of the top 100 that closely.
I mean, me neither. But Kuro's definitely.
It does say that on their profile though. Like it literally says global number 31. Like that's real.
Okay.
Like click on the profile in Tetrio. That's real.
Yeah. I mean, what's it? I don't follow the top 100 in Tetra League or whatever, but what I do follow is tournaments, and yeah, Kuro's definitely a strong player. Wait, I mean, you do see players not really their Tetra League ranks not really reflecting their true skill level, like with Westel, with OSW, and Italy. But I do remember that Kuro used to be ranked pretty high in Tetra League also. Like top 10 or something.
You know, sometimes this game is so unforgiving. You have one bad day in queue, and it can do a lot to your TR, especially if you're up at the top there. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe they just tilt queued a little bit, and now they're here.
I guess. Okay, I didn't even notice what happened in the warm-up round. That was so quick. Okay.
Yep. And, you know, that'll make the game itself more exciting because we're worrying about why they're ranked 31. Oh, goodness. That is quite the misdrop of the stick spin, but a good recovery.
Okay, both players have Surge now.
Yeah, building it up at a pretty similar pace here. A little bit of hesitation for Master right before they break in a 35 spike, and Kuro did not have the all spins ready to go that they thought they did, and that's going to be first point in Master's favor.
Okay, another opener misdrop coming from Applejack here. Yeah, Skims out of there, but still not out of the woods.
And that's going to be a 22 spike there from Master. That's going to put the Kuro on the ropes and is going to top them out for a 2-0 in Master's favor.
Yeah, Kuro couldn't find the defense in time.
I think my favorite part of this is that Master typed in the Twitch chat, my TR is higher, so clearly I'm better. Clearly sarcastically, yet they're now up 2-0. Hope I didn't caster curse you on that one. By acknowledging it, that negates the caster curse. That's how that works. All right, and so they break with a 23 spike right as I say that, and that is going to be first point for Kuro.
I mean, they're on a 2-1 lead, so clearly
they're the better player. Clearly, just as they've typed in the Twitch chat.
Okay, both SD stacking. Actually, Master got out of SD stacking. Okay, but both have Surge though. Master will be the first one to break Surge, and that's an unfortunate misdrop. Yeah, I can't really find the down stack in time. That's gonna let Kuro take away another point without even breaking the Surge.
See, the thing I always tell myself about caster curse is that the players can't hear you. So like, how could it be a real thing? But if the players can hear you, then yes, it actually can be a real thing. So again, if you're listening, then, you know, you're inviting that. But So we do see the -11 on Master's board as Applejack/Kuro does top them out and take the lead here for the first time in this set.
Okay, awkward T-spin single from Kuro. Yeah, but they're getting a good upstack out of it. So again, who am I to judge?
Yeah, but that -9 is appearing over on Master's board. And that -10, they are trying to prepare their board for it. I do like that L spin, or J spin rather, but there's not really much they can do with the S and Z piece available to start to downstack the garbage coming in from Kuro. All right, we have both players finding that early back-to-back here. Master does release first with a small spike, but Kuro does not break at all. They do break with a 22 spike. Master accepts all of it, but leaves their board in not the best state. They are in the down stack here as Kuro is starting to build back up this back-to-back. Breaks it. Kuro up at the top of the board here. Very small spike. Very clean well that they have to work through here. More small, okay, not even a small spike anymore. That is a 28 spike that Kuro was able to find there by the end of that down stack through that clean well.
Yeah, built up an 8 surge in the process and didn't even need it for the win.
Kuro the first one to break there. Master with the 20 spike to respond, and that does break the drought of points for them here. Keeping them in this for now, at least. We'll see. Because if one player starts to run away with it, then that can really change the flow of the match. And so what Master's done there is stopped Kuro from running away with it. But this is some very fast gameplay here from Kuro. Master does have the back-to-back advantage. They do break in that 31 spike, and Kuro had the time to think about it, but still did not find the out.
Nice.
Master gaining back some pacing here.
Nice search find. No, nice spike find from Master there, actually. Like, they found a good T-spin setup, and yeah, the search break is just the nail the coffin.
Yeah, and speaking of surge break, we do see that come out here, but both players in a similar spot on their boards. Master with a little bit of cheese that they're gonna have to downstack through right here. Downstacking is what they're doing right now, and Kuro with some art class over here. I know that those are misdrops, but those are very, very interesting misdrops, I will say. And we bring it back to tied.
Yeah, some hesitations from Master here. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not Vince, so he can't just play through these misdrops as if it were in his plans.
Both players finding that back-to-back here. Kuro's the first one to break. Both players break here. Kuro continuing to layer on that pressure. This 28 spike definitely causes Master to slow down here, but they respond with a 10 spike of their own. We see that back-to-back racking up on Master's side there as they do have that 15 back-to-back, that surge ready to go.
Yeah, Kuro's still trying to find a 4 search break here. Yeah, not able to find it, but still surviving.
Master finding those all spins here. They do break that back-to-back because of the pressure from Kuro. Kuro at the bottom of the board just all spinning, and boy was that I spin a little awkward there, but they figured it out, and they have that 9 surge ready to go. They break it in a 16 spike, and Master just does not have the well access that they need. Well, they have the well access. Okay, now that I'm looking back at this, they just didn't have the eyepieces. And that is an early misdrop again from Masters. They do look to fix that here. Nice fix. Love the L spin into the T spin to fix that. They're at the top of the board working down now. Kuro breaks that back to back. Both boards looking pretty clean right now, though Kuro has the significant back-to-back advantage. And the moment I say that the board looks clean, Master does misdrop, and they are not going to be able to find the well in time to save themselves there.
Yeah, some 4 PPS. No, not actually not even 4 PPS. That was at least 4.5. 4 was just like Kuro's average that round, but it was just really fast all-spin finds. Speaking of fast off-spin finds, yeah. A lot coming from Master. Yep. Oh, Applejack opened up their 6-3 well. Unfortunately, can't get to it as there's no eye in sight.
Yeah, and that's when RNG will affect you the most, is when you're at the top of the board just hoping for that eyepiece and not finding it in queue. Both these players at a similar back-to-back right now. Building it up at a very similar pace. Kuro's the first to break. Master breaks quickly after. That is a misdropped O piece over there that they do clean up very well. A misdrop T from Master does force them to break yet again. This is some very clean stacking from Kuro in response. A nice donation T-spin right there. They do break an 11 spike here. That's going to put a little bit of pressure on a Master who breaks back-to-back shortly after. A little bit of waiting before that. This fractal setup right here. Kuro's just spamming out damage and keeping up at that 4.2 PPS. Some all spins here. Quick break to put some cheese on the bottom of the board. And this seems like this is just Kuro trying to spam out all the damage they can to end this.
Oh yeah, finally finding that kill spike.
This is some quick damage from both sides here as they're both building up that back-to-back. Sound effects going crazy. Kuro's the first one to break. Master does not break their back-to-back in response, but they are up at the top of the board here. They break in a 25 spike, maybe not the follow-up that they were looking for there, and continue to stack as both players find themselves in a relatively even position.
It's a bit unfortunate. Master might have had the kill there, but they misdropped their follow-up. Okay. And it's now being put on the back foot. Not really, though. Yeah, that 8-1 well is hard to work with for Kuro.
Master breaking up the top here. Kuro also breaking at the top. A combo down stack from Master there puts Kuro on the ropes and finds the point.
Yeah,
to keep Master in the set.
Yeah, that was quite an awful stack that Kuro put herself into toward the end of the round there.
Yeah, but they have the room to do so with this scoreline here favoring them. And hopefully continue to find the 2 points they need. But Master trying to reverse that momentum here. Trying to tie it up and bring it back. This is not a +2, so there is no deuce to be had here. This is just clean first to 11.
Yeah, Peace Q didn't agree with Master's LST. Yeah, forced to break Surge there, but still finding very clean spins. Yeah.
A little bit of plonking. Master trying to bring this back, keeping up that 4 PPS here with a 23 spike. maintaining that 14 back-to-back here. This fractal setup with this well ready to go.
And they're not stopping. Finally breaking it. Notices Kuro's deadly misdrop.
And ties it up.
Yo, that's... I don't know what to say to that. That's such a good play. Yeah, that's such a good play.
And that is a wild 3 points to bring back so quickly here. Oh, speaking of quickly, hello? Okay, so this is for the bracket reset.
Kuro was not ready for that spike. Yeah, you could see, like, Kuro was still SD... No, not SD. LSD stacking, but... Yeah, just didn't see that coming from Master. Yeah, tries to grieve for a quad here. Yeah, didn't quite work out. Master is still alive.
There looked to be a little bit of hesitation from Kuro there. They're finding their speed yet again. That Z-Miss drop isn't going to help them out. They do break Surge at the bottom of the board here and continue to stack as Master's up at the top yet again, just trying to find their way down, trying to find their way into that next well. Kuro just APM spamming, looking to end this round right now. Another misdrop there from Master. He's going to force them to O-skim. Misdrop from Kuro there. Twin misdrops over here that kind of cancel each other out in the end. Kuro just trying to spam APM from the top of the board here, but Master downstacks through it. That combo downstack, this isn't looking good.
Oh, but Kuro finds the survival. Very nice. But misdrops the O. Yeah, this at a really bad spot too. Trying to stride out of it, not in time. And that's the win for Master.
And Master finds that bracket reset, so we are going to go over to our true finals here.
Bracket
and
reset.
Master can't believe it and types "How TF" in chat. Love to see it when players are confident in themselves and their skills. So our matchup screen is going to look the same over here, except true finals. Here it is. Always exciting to see.
True finals. Let's go.
And we are sparing no time, no warm-up, just going straight into this here. Q types need a break, and both players type GLHF. Q types guess that's a no and starts the match. Well, maybe Kuro could have used a break here, because what are you doing? They save it, but boy, was that an awkward start.
I mean, it seems that they're doing fine. Yeah, even after... I was gonna say... Oh, wait, no. They are finding the down stack? Okay, thank God. For a second there, I thought I was gonna caster curse them. Okay, under this big search disadvantage, though, so yeah, no.
Ooh, the clutch clears do not come through for Kuro there, and Master is going to find the first point.
Yeah, awkward position for an eye there. I don't think that was intentional. I mean, either way, they were punished for that.
Some very fast back-to-back finds here from Kuro, who's playing again at that 4.2 PPS. Master taking a bit more time to think. They do break in the down stack here. Ooh, that eye misdrop is almost going to spell the end for Master there, but they find their way out of it. They have just the pieces they need. But Kuro finds the kill, finds enough APM from the bottom of the board to secure that and ties it up at 1. Stick spin over here versus a 5 PPS upstack from Master, showing us that burst speed. And that is going to be a back-to-back break from Kuro there. Master breaks as well. They're up at the top of the board. They're finding the down stack, but Kuro is finding this back-to-back yet again and finds the kill.
Master couldn't get to the TPs in time. They had a TP, like a T-spin and then a quad, but yeah, couldn't get to those in time.
And a misdrop in the opener from Master here. Maybe a little bit of fatigue starting to get to these players. This has been in the bracket reset, you always have to worry about fatigue. These back-to-back matches, and their first 2-11s here, not quick matches. But Kuro has this back-to-back, does break it there, and that 18 spike. Master is able to accept all of it without break their back-to-back into a down stack. They find the follow-up that they need and ties up yet again.
Insane decision making from Master. Okay, some plonking gameplay from Applejack here. Huh. I don't think they won off the round for that weight. I think Master just made some sort of misdraw. Okay, finds the TK, all clear.
And the STPC spin from Kuro's side to find their initial back-to-back. They're continuing it over here. Both players building up that back-to-back at a pretty similar pace.
Oh, but those are really bad SMS drops. Yeah, that's gonna put Kuro on the back foot. And yeah, Master is not stopping with this pressure. Finds the break.
Ooh, the 34 spike there.
Oh,
End in sight for Kuro, but not the right pieces.
the right pieces. If that Z was like an L, then they could have T-skim, L-spin, quad. That might have been the survival, but nah, Peace just didn't. Peace Q didn't agree with them.
Sometimes that's just the way the game works here, as both players building up their back-to-back yet again. Both players have been able to find that early back-to-back, but somebody breaks. And then that forces someone else to break. Ooh, we got the Imperial crossover there. Love to see it. Don't see that one very often. The 33 spike, 38 spike is a lot to handle there. Too much to handle. And that gives Crow the point. LST on both sides here. Players just going the quote-unquote traditional route to build that back-to-back.
Master forced to break early. Yeah, Kuro also forced to break defensively.
The 28 spike there is going to be survivable for Master here as they continue on this down stack. They try for the eye spin, seemingly, and just don't find the out in time. Quick break there from Master.
Ooh, terrible Zemus drop. This spells trouble for Master. Yep, it does. Applejack takes another point.
Yeah, they're starting to run away with this for the first time in this set. We'll see if they continue their momentum or if Master's able to put a stop to it like they did in the last set.
Okay, yeah, trying to cancel all that cheese, yeah, might have been a good decision, but Kuro has the surge. This is such an awkward stack for Master to be in.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like they wanted to be there, but they're getting their board ready for the inevitable from Applejack here as they do break. Not too much follow-up there, and so Master is able to handle it without breaking their back-to-back.
Well, this is really greedy coming from Master. Yeah, can't get to the T. Okay, they're fine though, yeah.
This STSD setup here, really cool to see. They break in that 15 spike. That's going to send a lot of messy garbage to Kuro's side of the board.
But a lot of misdrops coming from Master. Okay, but nice T-spin fix. All right. Yeah. All right. Master stepped on the gas pedal now, and okay, but Kuro is no. As I said, that Kuro misdropped.
Yeah, that misdrop from Kuro is going to slow them down a bit here. They are on the down stack. They find the all spins to start that back-to-back ready to go.
Oh.
But speaking of misdrops, that's not looking good for Master here. They find the up stack to get there, and they continue on with this. That is an insane fix right there with what should have been a round-ending misdrop. Very well played there. But Kuro's still trying to find that kill with that 18 spike right there. A couple of misdrops on Kuro's board as well. They turn those into T-spins, but there's still that hole in the stack that they have to deal with here.
Okay, once again, both players have no Surge in sight. Oh, well, okay, never mind. Master is starting to build up Surge. Yeah.
Some very quick all spins to continue this build up, but they block the well at just the wrong time, and we can see the frustration in that piece being spun around. Oh,
hello?
this looks like a DC. That looks like a DC.
Yep.
Oh wait, but they type a question mark in chat.
Oh, okay. It's not a DC?
I think it's still gonna be a DC.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that does leave us at 7-3. So
yeah, okay. Some technical
issues. Yeah, we'll get the players back in the lobby. We'll get this ready to go and restart it at 7-3. However the players and staff choose to do it, we will communicate that to you guys. Internet moment, so true. Sometimes the internet just hates you. All right, and we are going to start up yet again here. Hopefully no DCs this time. And Q types Master top out 4 ICE. So we are going to turn this into a first to 8 here, as you can see. Or no, never mind, you can't see it yet. Only I can see it. Some very nice speeds being achieved over here. If we can try to see what the top out speed is.
I mean, stream can't see it, but yeah.
I really want to see how much it is. Wait, can you? Because like I'm looking at the wrong number. Oh, now stream can see it. How many?
Okay.
What's the PPS on this? I saw 23 on that. That was 23. All right, so now we start, and now we're ready to go.
Yeah, we were at 7-3, so now this is a first to 8. Oh, okay. Opener misdrops coming from Kuro. Yeah, forced to skim out of there. Yeah, gonna let Master build up that initial surge.
All right, we do hear those pings coming out from that back-to-back deficit, as Master does find the first point post-DC.
Yeah, really clean finds coming from Master here. Okay.
Master taking a little bit of time to think about this down stack here, and then misdropping that L piece. They do find their way out, some all spins on the way down.
Nice fix. Okay, might still be in a lot of danger though. Yeah, especially after that Esmus drop.
TKIs here on both sides.
Yeah, no back-to-back continuation for Master there. Kuro will go on the offensive here. Oh, but Master forced a search break from Kuro. Very nice.
Ooh, and that is just bad timing there.
Yeah,
They do find the quad, but not too much more.
Yeah, Master wasn't ready for that spike at all. Okay.
Some more quick back-to-back finds, as has been happening in pretty much all of our rounds. Master breaks first in a 30 spike. Kuro lucky to not top out there, especially with the Spire in the middle of their board, but that J misdrop is going to seal the deal.
Alright. Another SDPC spin coming from Kuro. This time, yeah, well spawns favorably. Yeah, ambitious setup. Yeah. 22 spike. Yep, that's big. Yeah, Master not able to find the down stack, and that's gonna be tournament point for Applejack. Okay, this time it's Master with the SDPC spin. Okay, and early search building coming from both players. Both breaks at the same time.
Yeah, very similar spikes from both of those there. There's some awkwardness on Kuro's board, but they fix it up. They're on the down stack. They have the burst speed, and they set up that S-spin triple along the way. They do break as Master sends that 15 spike their way. All right, and after losing for that bracket reset, is Kuro gonna come back and win this? That misdrop, that misread from them, it looks like, is going to slow them down, but Master's up at the top of that board. We see that S wiggle, and that is going to be it for our tournament here.
Yeah, that's it. Applejack takes it.
And that will be your winner for Stratosphere 135 here. And yeah, that is it for our bracket. GG's all around, well played. The bracket reset, very exciting to see.
Yeah, great performance from both players. Kudos to Master for, bringing the bracket reset, and kudos to Kuro for, taking this.
Yeah, and I don't know if you have anything you would like us to talk about. I know the Manila LAN is coming up. I don't know if you have graphics for that or not. Even if you don't, that's coming up. LAN in Manila. There we go. I called it. Okay, so full tilt. This is going to be in Manila, Philippines, and this is coming up very soon. That is a week from yesterday. So I am so excited to watch this. I have no idea what time zone that graphic is in, probably local. So I'll have to do some translating on my end to see if that is in the middle of the night. But if you're not in the HNest Discord and you're interested in going to this LAN, you can find all the information that you need there. And I'm not 100% sure, but that may be streamed on this account. I would assume that'd be streamed on this account, but maybe not. We'll see. Stay tuned. And I'm sure if you want to see the stream for it in the Discord, they'll ping for it and stuff. Oh, right. And then there's this West Coast LAN coming up. Stellar Evolution. I do like the name for that. So Irvine, California, July 5th, also approaching very quickly, about a month for that one. So if you're West Coast US or interested in traveling there, then you have this LAN to look forward to. CTWC Regional as well. It's always fun to go to LANs when they have Classic going. They're very nice. I recommend going and saying hi to the Classic players if you ever get a chance. They're very nice.
haven't been to a LAN, but yeah, I can definitely see that.
It's just like, I don't know, they're very rowdy. They're very loud. And so sometimes I'm like, I kind of want to see what's going on over there. You guys are being loud and they just like let me hang out and watch the matches and stuff.
Oh, okay. We want to rate Sick Tetris. Okay, but yeah,
I mean, that is what at the very least, that is what I am going to go watch. I think that they're either currently in semifinals or semifinals just ended. One of the
okay.
two.
Okay, yeah, I think Hugh agrees with that. So yeah, thank you all for staying tuned for Stratosphere. Yeah, we'll see you in the next tournament. Have a good day, everyone.
See you guys. Have fun with CTWC. Woo!